Welcome to English Conversation Café. Learn English through natural conversations.
Okay, I already ate. I told you this like 3 times. Can we please just go?
I know, but when?
What do you mean when? Does it matter?
It kind of does, actually. Like, did you eat this morning? An hour ago? Last Tuesday?
Last Tuesday? Why would I still be talking about last Tuesday?
Because in English, I already ate could mean any point in the past. There's no time attached to it.
You are genuinely exhausting first thing in the morning.
I'm a morning person. I like clarity.
Great quality. Truly charming.
But here's the thing. This exact confusion right here, it's one of the most common mistakes in English. And today, we are going to fix it.
Wait, is this the episode?
This is the episode.
You planned this whole thing, didn't you?
I did not plan it, but I am absolutely using it.
Okay, fine. I will admit it. This one confused me for a long time too.
And you're a native speaker.
I know, but I just said things. I never stopped to think about why.
Which is exactly why this is such a great episode. Welcome to English Conversation Café. I'm Max.
And I'm Haley. And today we are getting into one of the biggest grammar confusions for English learners. The difference between past simple and present perfect.
By the end of this episode, you will know exactly when to say I went and when to say I've been. And more importantly, you'll understand why it matters.
Getting this right makes a huge difference in how clearly people understand you. It sounds like a small thing, but it really isn't.
If you're new here, welcome. This show is all about learning real, natural English through real conversations.
No textbooks, no boring grammar drills, just us, talking like actual humans.
So if that sounds good to you, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it.
So where does this confusion actually start? Like, why do so many people mix these two up?
Okay, so I have a story. A few years ago, I was talking to someone and they said, I lived in Tokyo.
Totally normal thing to say.
Right. So I said, oh wow, when did you move away? And they looked at me like I had completely lost my mind.
Because they were still living there.
They were still there. They meant, I live in Tokyo right now. But they said, I lived, past tense. So I assumed the whole chapter was closed.
And that's the thing. It's such a small mistake, but it completely changes what the other person hears.
Completely. And I've seen it go the other way too. Someone says, I've been so tired lately. And their friend asks, oh, are you feeling better now?
Because I've been tired sounds like something that maybe ended.
Right, but it's not over. They're still tired. The present perfect connects the past all the way to right now. It's still happening.
So, I've been tired means it started at some point in the past, and it is still going.
Exactly. Still relevant. Still true. That's what present perfect does.
I actually had something similar happen. Someone told me I didn't eat breakfast. And I said, oh no, are you hungry? Do you want some of my food?
And they were totally fine?
They had just had lunch. They were completely fine. They were just making conversation about their morning. But I was already ready to give them half my sandwich.
You have a very generous heart.
I have a very confused heart. Because tenses matter and nobody told me.
Well, that's exactly why we're here.
Can you give me one more example? Like a really everyday one?
Sure. Imagine someone calls you and asks, have you eaten? And you say, yes, I ate. That's fine. Past simple, specific answer. But if you want to say it's still relevant right now, you'd say, yes, I've already eaten.
So the present perfect version sounds more connected to the moment you're in.
Exactly. It's like saying, this happened, and it matters right now. The past simple just says, this happened, full stop.
Oh, that's such a clean way to think about it. Still matters right now equals present perfect.
Write that down, seriously.
I'm going to put that on a poster.
All right, let's get into the actual mechanics of this.
Okay, so walk me through it. What is actually the difference?
All right, let's break this down really simply.
Please, simple is good.
So past simple is for finished things, a specific moment, a specific time, a specific day, done and over.
Like, I went to Japan in 2019.
Perfect example. 2019, specific year. That trip happened, it finished, it's done. Past simple.
But present perfect is different.
Right. Present perfect is for experiences, things that happened at some point in your life, but the exact time doesn't matter.
So instead of, I went to Japan in 2019, you'd just say, I've been to Japan.
Exactly. I've been to Japan means, at some point in my life, I had that experience. I don't need to say when. The when is not the point.
The experience is the point.
The experience is the point. That's the key difference.
Okay, let me try one. Have you ever tried Ethiopian food?
Perfect. Present perfect question. You're asking about my whole life, not last Tuesday, not last summer, just ever. Did I try it at any point?
But if we were talking about dinner last night specifically,
Then it's, did you try the food last night? Past simple. One specific night. Zoom in.
so present perfect is the wide shot. Past simple is the close-up.
I love that. Yes. Wide shot for life experiences. Present perfect. Close up on one specific moment. Past simple.
Okay, let me try another. She's never seen snow.
Present perfect. Her whole life experience. And at no point has she seen snow. Still true today.
But she didn't see any snow on the trip.
Past simple. That specific trip. She might see snow another time, but on that particular trip, no snow.
Okay, this is actually making so much sense. Why did nobody explain it this way before?
Because most grammar explanations start with the rule. But the rule only makes sense once you understand what you're actually trying to say.
You're not choosing a tense, you're choosing a meaning.
Yes, the tense is just how you express the meaning.
English is wild.
It really is. But once you see it, you can't unsee it.
I feel like I'm rewriting sentences in my head right now.
That's the moment. That's exactly the moment we want people to have.
Okay, but what about when people say things like, I've gone to the store? Is that right?
Good question. I've gone and I've been are actually a little different. I've been to the store means you went and came back. I've gone to the store means you went, and you might still be there.
So if someone texts you, I've gone to the store, they might still be walking around the aisles right now.
Exactly. Still there. I've been to the store. Trip is done. I'm back.
Okay, that is a genuinely useful thing to know.
And it's the kind of thing you just pick up naturally once you understand the basic rule.
Okay, we need to do a role play. I've been thinking about this one.
Oh no.
Oh, yes, I'm going to be a job interviewer, and you are going to be a very nervous candidate who keeps using the wrong tense.
Why am I always the nervous one?
Because you're very believable. Ready?
Ready.
Good morning. Thank you for coming in. Let's begin. Have you ever managed a team?
Yes. It was March 2021. Specifically a Tuesday. We had 7 people. One was named Brian.
Okay. Have you ever worked under a tight deadline?
Yes. November 14th, 2020. A Friday. Very stressful Friday. I remember it well.
Why are you giving me exact dates?
I thought, that's what you wanted.
No. When I ask, have you ever managed a team, I just want to know if you did it or not. I don't need the month. I don't need Brian.
Oh, so, yes, I have is actually fine?
Yes. Have you ever managed a team? Yes, I have. Done. Perfect answer.
But what if I want to give more detail?
Then you switch tenses. Present perfect opens the door. Past simple walks through it.
Okay, say more about that.
So, have you ever lived abroad? Yes, I have. I lived in Berlin for 2 years. Present perfect confirms the experience. Past simple tells the story.
Present perfect says yes, this is part of my life. Past simple says, here's what it looked like.
Exactly. They work together. You need both.
I genuinely love this explanation.
I know, I'm a great teacher.
You really are.
Don't push it.
But seriously, that job interview example works for so many real situations. Think about meeting someone new. They ask, have you ever been to Europe? And you say, yes, I have. I went to Italy 2 summers ago.
Present perfect for the yes, past simple for the details.
Exactly. Or at a dinner party. Have you tried this wine? Yes, I have. Actually, I tried it last year at a restaurant in the city. It sounds natural. It sounds fluent.
And if you just said, yes, I tried it, would that sound wrong?
Not wrong, but a little abrupt, like you're closing the conversation instead of opening it.
Oh, that's interesting. So the tense also affects the social energy of a sentence.
100%. Language is never just grammar. It's always also feeling.
Okay, now you sound like a poet.
I have layers.
Okay, what else do we need to know? What are the other tricky bits?
Okay, so we've talked about experiences and specific moments. Now I want to add 3 little words that always travel with present perfect.
Ooh, the sneaky ones.
The sneaky ones. Just, already, yet.
Yet always gets me.
Okay, so just means something happened very recently. I've just finished. She's just arrived.
And in American English, we sometimes drop the have, like, I just finished. Both sound natural here.
True. In British English, you'd almost always keep it. I've just finished. In American English, both work.
Good to know. Okay, already. Like, I've already seen that movie.
Right. Already with present perfect means something happened before you expected, or before someone asked you about it.
So if someone says, do you want to watch this show? And I've already seen every episode?
You say, I've already seen it. Present perfect. It's still relevant. It affects your answer right now, in this moment.
But what about in a story? Like, when I got home, I already ate.
In spoken English, people say that and everyone understands. Technically, the most correct version is, I had already eaten. But that's past perfect. A whole other episode.
Okay. One thing at a time.
One thing at a time. Yet. Questions and negatives. Have you eaten yet? I haven't finished yet.
Always at the end of the sentence?
Almost always. Have you called him yet? I haven't replied yet. It sits at the end.
Okay. Now, the one I think trips the most people up. For. Like, for 3 years.
This one is huge. I've lived here for 3 years. Present perfect. Because you still live there. Right now, today, it's still true.
Still happening. So present perfect.
But the moment you move, the moment it ends, you say, I lived there for 3 years.
Past simple. Because it's finished.
And this is where so many learners go wrong. They say, I lived here for 3 years, while they're still standing in their apartment.
And it sounds like you're already packing your bags.
It sounds like you have one foot out the door as you speak.
So the rule is, if it's still true right now, present perfect. If it's over, past simple.
That covers 90% of the confusion right there.
Why did nobody just say that?
We're saying it now.
Better late than never.
And there's one more word that works the same way. Since.
Oh, like, I've worked here since 2020.
Exactly. Since tells you the starting point. For tells you the duration. But both go with present perfect when the thing is still happening.
So, I've lived here for 3 years, or I've lived here since 2022. Both mean I'm still there.
Both present perfect, because it's still true. The moment it ends, past simple.
I lived there for 3 years, or I lived there since... No, wait. That one doesn't work in past simple.
Right. Since almost always stays with present perfect. You'd say, I lived there from 2020 to 2023.
Oh, from to for past simple, since for present perfect.
That's a really clean way to remember it, actually.
I came up with a grammar rule. I'm basically a teacher now.
You absolutely are.
Okay, before we get to the cafe rewind, we have a challenge for you.
Leave a comment below with 2 sentences. One using present perfect, one using past simple.
It can be about anything. Your week, a place you visited, something you've tried. Whatever you want.
Just make sure you use both tenses. Writing it out is honestly one of the best ways to make it stick.
We love reading your comments, so don't be shy. Drop your sentences right now.
All right, time for the cafe rewind.
This is the part where we slow everything down and go through the key expressions from today. Nice and clear so everything really sticks.
6 expressions. Let's go.
Number 1. I've been to Paris.
Present perfect for a life experience. You've visited Paris at some point in your life, but the exact time doesn't matter. You're sharing the experience, not the specific story.
I've been to Paris. Repeat after me.
Number 2. I went to Paris in 2018.
Past simple. Specific year, specific trip. It happened, it finished, it's done. When you give a specific time, that's your signal to use past simple.
I went to Paris in 2018. Your turn.
Number 3. Have you ever tried sushi?
Classic present perfect question. You're asking about someone's whole life experience. Not last week, not last summer, just ever. At any point in their entire life.
Have you ever tried sushi? Say it.
Number 4. I've already eaten.
Already with present perfect. Something happened, and it's still relevant right now. You're not hungry. You don't need food. The past connects directly to this moment.
I've already eaten. Repeat.
Number 5. I've lived here for 5 years.
Present perfect with 4. You still live there. The situation is still true today. Still happening. Present perfect.
I've lived here for 5 years. Try it.
And number 6. I lived there for 5 years.
Past simple. Almost the same sentence, but now it's finished. You moved away. It's over.
Listen to the difference one more time. I've lived here for 5 years. Still there. I lived there for 5 years. Gone.
I lived there for 5 years. One last time.
Okay, before we go, I feel like we have some unfinished business.
Okay, so coming back to this morning.
Yes?
When I said I already ate, what I meant was I've already eaten today. I'm still full. Please stop asking me about food.
I now understand you completely and perfectly.
Finally. It only took an entire episode.
See? Tense really does matter.
You are never going to let that go.
Not a single chance.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. If this episode helped you, please share it with a friend who's learning English. It genuinely means a lot to us.
And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that like button. We are going to keep doing grammar episodes like this one, and you really want to be here for them.
Yes, stick around. More good stuff is coming.
See you in the next one.
Bye!
Thank you for listening. We hope today's conversation helped you understand real English better. Subscribe and join us for the next episode.